Hey everyone, it's Sammy from Sammy's Sweet Life, and this is going to be my favorite grilled chicken recipe. I filmed this way a long time ago. I think I ended up even actually filming this 2 different times. I might be clipping 2 sets of footage together, but I've had this video in my backlog for like a year. I've talked about this chicken and said I was gonna film it, and it's not even like it's that amazing of chicken. Like, it's not gonna blow your mind, but it is just a really good chicken. And I finally wanted to put this video together to share it with you guys because this is the grilled chicken that I make all the time, pretty much. Like this, if I'm making grilled chicken, this is the way I do it. I have a couple of different ways of actually physically cooking it, but it's the same basic really quick marinade and then popping the chicken in the oven or wherever I'm gonna cook it. So basically I just start with boneless, skinless chicken thighs. You can do this with chicken breasts, but I find that they dry out a whole lot easier and they just aren't our favorite. My kids both like dark meat and so does my husband, so I generally just go boneless, skinless chicken thighs on this. I do trim off the excess fat, but if there's like teeny tiny bits of fat here and there, I just leave those. I stick them all into a container and I just put teriyaki sauce over them, and we like a specific one. You can get it at like a regular grocery store. It's the soy vey teriyaki marinade. I just put that over the chicken enough to coat all of the pieces. I do move them around, make sure all the pieces are coated on all the layers, and then I stick this in the fridge anywhere from like an hour or 2 overnight. It just really depends on when I get the chicken started. And honestly, I have done this right before cooking them and just brushed the teriyaki sauce on both sides. Just using a brush them on both sides, and it's turned out pretty good that way as well. I think you get a little bit more flavor if you do marinate them, but it won't kill you if you don't. Like, you could do it right at the end. I marinate all of them, and then when I go to cook them, I just sprinkle them with seasoned salt. So whatever like poultry seasoning or flavoring that you guys like would work, but I just use the seasoned salt. I really like that. It's what I grew up eating, and so I just sprinkle a little tiny bit over the top. I also will put pepper on them sometimes, but my kids don't like pepper. But then I cook them in various ways. Sometimes I pop them in the air fryer, and that's super duper easy. You just cook them until they're done. I do use a thermometer, and it tells me like what settings. I've got a poultry setting on there. I just pop it in, check them every once in a while. Or if I'm sticking them in the oven, I just put the probe in and set the little thing on the counter next to the oven, and it will just tell me when they're done. I also have grilled these like actually on a grill. I use the little griddler, and I also have used the outdoor grill. It really just doesn't matter how you cook them as long as you get them to temperature. I find even in the oven that they cook and they still taste delicious. You just don't get the little bit of caramelization on them as much as if you were to grill it or air fry it. You miss that just little depth of flavor that it adds, but it's just so much easier. At least 8 times out of 10, probably more like 9 times out of 10, I just pop them in the oven or the air fryer, so I don't have to worry about it, and I don't have to be there watching them. I don't have to worry about burning anything. It's also a whole lot easier of a cleanup if I'm not pulling out the griddler. It's just so easy to just do it on a sheet pan. That's just it. You just cook it till it's done, and then I just let it cool for a minute, chop it up, and I use this for everything. Stir fries, salads, taco nights, like anything. Anytime I'm gonna use some sort of chicken, this is my go-to chicken recipe to use. I just use it for everything. We do a lot of chicken salads, especially in the summertime, so I was making this chicken pretty much like every week, sometimes twice a week. Just making it, it stores in the fridge really nicely, and you can also freeze it. I'll chop it up, freeze it, and then I can pull it out of the freezer and defrost it in the fridge, and then just pull the chicken right from the bag, heat it up a little bit. But yeah, that was it. It's just such an easy recipe. I almost felt like I shouldn't even post it because it's just so simple. Like teriyaki sauce and seasoned salt, like that's it. Like that's all you put on it. I love that it's so easy. I love that it's so simple. I love that I could just throw it in the oven and forget about it. And then I also love how versatile it is to be able to use for various things later. And it doesn't taste like it's like covered in teriyaki sauce. It just has this really nice flavor. So I don't find that it has to only be used in Asian style dishes. I just use it whenever, wherever. Apply this chicken liberally to any kind of recipe that calls for chicken. So yeah, I usually do a big batch, freeze some of it so I have it for later, and it's just a nice go-to. I hope you guys will give this one a try. It's just such a nice, easy recipe. Be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.